In the last video, we created all the bodies, the main body, the ring, the window, the stub, and the face we need for the gauge. Now we're going to put all the internal features in. So we're going to start with the servo mount. So I'm going to hide off the face, the stub, the window, the ring. I'm going to hide those, just use the eye next to each of the bodies there. Then we are going to create a face to draw. Now I'm going to use offset plane. Click on this internal ring here. I'm going to drag down minus 6.1. And we're going to use that offset plane as a sketch plane. So I'm going to draw a sketch on there. Now the first thing I'm going to need is I want to include this ring here. So I'm just going to hit P to project and click on this internal face. And it will put purple line exactly where that edge is. So it brings that into this sketch. Right, now the first 2 points I'm going to put in are going to be sort of the bolt or the screw holes for the servo. And I'm just going to sort of freehand them in at this point. So they're 2 mil holes, but I'm only going to do them 1.75. The reason being is that it's a screw. I want to be able to screw it into the plastic, like the 3D printed plastic. So I want it to be slightly smaller. So I've got one above and one below the origin point. We're just going to use horizontal vertical to make sure they stay perfectly aligned with there. So they can move up and down now. They can't move side to side. I'm going to put some dimensions onto that. The top one, D, from the origin, it's 8.25. And the bottom one is, the bottom one to the top one is going to be 27. Okay. Now I'm going to create a square on the inside of these. It's going to be about here-ish. And that square, or rectangle rather, is going to be from the origin point 6.1. So 6.1, and this one will be the same. Now the thickness of the servo is 12, but just to allow for a little bit of shrinkage of materials, a little bit of manufacturing inconsistencies of the servo itself, 0.2 of a millimeter, just a little bit of wiggle room to allow it to sit in there a bit cleaner. And the distance from here to here is going to be 1.75. So from that circle to the edge, 1.7. So that's where the servo will fit. I'll need some body around this. So I'm going to create now. Which goes around here. So from the purple line up, over the top and down again. Again, we're just freehanding those. We'll put some dimensions on now. So between here and here, it's going to be 2 millimeter wall. Here and here is going to be 2 millimeters. And the top to that origin point is going to be 11.6. And I'm just going to put a filler on here just to round this off. We'll go 5 mil. We're nearly done now. I'm just going to add one more feature just because I don't want to have to come back and do this later on in our sketch. So line, we're going to add a line through here and a line through here. Just rough them in again. And we'll put the dimensions in for them. So they're going to sit, D, 3 millimeters away from this edge here. And that's it. That's the sketch we need. So we'll hit finish sketch. And then we're going to use extrude. I'm going to choose this feature. distance, and we're going to click on to object and select that bottom edge down there. Just make sure you've got two adjacent faces turned on so it doesn't come out the other side. So, little shoulder there which runs all the way down, hit OK. I'm going to turn that sketch back on and we'll do the same at the top. We'll extrude this feature, distance to object, select the middle and join. Because it's flat, it's less important. So now we've got a servo mount right through the middle. Just for to improve the quality of the 3D print, I'm just going to put a fillet through here, just so it's going to be a bit stronger doing this part. Okay, so that's the feature now that the servo will be able to sit on.